Welcome back again. My name is Derek Strauss, and I'm interviewing Nasser Mooman. Nasser is from Great American Insurance in Cincinnati. And we have had two segments already of this interview. So if you're just catching us now and you didn't see the first two, make sure you go back and check those out as well, because there's some interesting stuff there teeing up this discussion. What we're going to focus on in this segment is the future. Where is this all going? We've been talking, the overarching theme is, transforming insurance using artificial intelligence. So, Nasser, maybe you could share some of your ideas around where is this going? Where's insurance and artificial intelligence going in the future?
Absolutely. Thank you, Derek. I think that's another good question. As we all know, AI is going to be the same as the internet and mobile. So it's going to be as a framework, how we use it, what kind of use it. So everything that we see today, it can be automated and it can be enhanced or optimized to use AI as part of the ecosystem or part of the application that they're using for the AI. There's multiple way of applications of AI. I think the way in academia, for example, we take 4 years undergrad, memorize a few things, but now we could say ChatGPT could give you the information in short term. So that's maybe another revolution, even how our education is gonna fit. And that's another skill. But let me focus on, so we know AI is going to be the framework in the future, something going to be exponentially there, something that we have no choice, unfortunately, to have it within our lifespan. And when we say revolution defined as when we define revolution, when something impacts every human being on earth, we call that revolution. Internet has impacted every human being on earth. Mobile has impacted every human being on earth. Doesn't matter what your ethnic background, your social status, what country you are in. We see AI will do the same thing. It might take some time, but definitely it's going to be a revolution where we see AI in a good use. Of course, like anything else has a bad and good use, but for us, is we look at all the good use of AI. If you go narrow down the scope of the users of AI in the future in insurance application, insurance domain, absolutely. At least from our scope as a data science team within the Great American Insurance Group is how can we prevent risks? So risk, you could call it many ways. Risk is prediction, for example. Okay, if I could have an IoT sensors of flood and fire and smoke and doors open or the water is being leaked or flood in the basement or whatever the case, in one of those industrial hotels, homes, then I'm doing risk prevention. And that's one application we could. So we're utilizing telematics data, maybe now for automobile, but in the future where we could risk prevention. So early on, so that's safe for everybody, for the consumer and for the insurance as well. That's one major application where technology such as IoT will be part of it. So now we cap on the IoT for prevention. Another scope actually is we know any claims or any new insured base, you have to have got some form of filling. So you have an underwriter or adjuster or an agent meets with the potential customer and then go over a question back and forth. At the end of the day, we are a human. So how can we really simplify, we're not saying replace, but simplify and optimize more accurately those policy writing. So for me, for example, I'm writing a policy based on maybe whatever policy it could be. I have to have back and forth question mark and history of the potential consumer, but I have to go back to my own policy information. So preventing, meaning risk prevention, is I should write a policy that should not 5 years from now it has a risk on my insured or my company or maybe the company itself. So we are human. We make mistakes. So utilizing generative AI and AI, we could utilize AI to summarize accurately all the policies data to create a policy. Meaning is, here's my policy. I'm looking for car insurance or health insurance or horse insurance. Okay, here are the policy. So based on the information, based on your location, based on your gender. This is the policy fits you, and we try to protect you or risk prevention down the road 5 years from now. So the policy that almost you could call it customized policy driven by AI. So we're helping the adjusters and the underwriter to create policy that is accurate, fit, and then future risk prevention. That's one of maybe the application that we think about it. Another scope is we're utilizing AI or generative AI, for example, is to, as you know, is down on a computer like adjuster or underwriter or an agent, and you fill up all these forms. So can we really speed up the form accurately anywhere on the convenience of the insurer? So you could say by phone, or you could just pick up the phone and make a call and say, I need insurance about my car, about my horse, about my property, about my fleet. So what we do, we call forum-generated driven AI, meaning is you talk or you chat, like you and I, we're talking now, and then about whatever insurance, and then all the data is being transcribed into a text, and then from the text, we extract information that it fits into the forum for that particular policy, look at other policy and say, create a policy that is based on audio conversation, so more like simplify the life. So if you're going to the, God forbid, if you get an accident, you don't have to wait and call 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. You could just leave a message and describe your car, your insurance, your whatever information that you have. And then automatically you get an email back, say, okay, your insurance based on what you said, it's an intelligent forum fitting. So I think, that will enhance the claim processing and accurately. And that's one of the things that we think is, and then personalized policy that I mentioned earlier as well. And then another challenge for insurance. So we look at the benefit. A lot of insurance, how can we benefit from the legacy technology? How could we adopt the legacy technology? How we can automate legacy technology utilizing AI. So AI is used to be now not just from IT all the way into the end user. So this kind of technique, we think in the future we know what does benefit our customer that's accurate and risk prevention, and then what we call interface with the customer in an easy, simplest way without the hurdle of processing the claims. So these are maybe some of the application that we think ensures, we do that. And then another scope where generative AI is beneficial. So instead of using actual patient or customers or client data, with generative AI, you could make up, we call it synthetic data. So you could build a model on a synthetic data. So your data is PHI, BI, HIPAA approved, secure. So we build a model. If as a developer, even now we have a HIPAA trained our team, and everyone has been trained, PHI, BI data, we are secure, but still you're dealing with data. And then as we speak today, we do a lot of anonymizations and masking private data like addresses, social insurance number, health number, car VIN number. We try to anonymize that so we prevent any personal information, even touching our own developers. So what we could utilize is we could utilize synthetic data, which is mimic what the data that we're talking about, like horses, medical records, whatever, and we build a model at the development stage. When we are satisfied with the outcome, the accuracy of the model, we could switch to production where the developers hands off and automate behind the scene. So the private data of the end user is not being exposed to anybody. So it's like, black box. So that's what synthetic data could be very beneficial to create a model similar to the actual data, but not the actual data.
Yeah, that's a great technique, the synthetic data, because of a lot of the risks and challenges and barriers to AI that one encounters through the use of live data about events and customers and the stuff that the customers are insuring. Those the whole notion of using artificial intelligence for good and focusing on all the good that can come out of it but at the same time, looking at the risks and being very attentive to addressing them and mitigating risks is such a great approach. And it's wonderful to hear how you guys are doing that at Great American. It gives me a lot of confidence for the future of its application in the insurance sector. So thank you very much for all the perspectives that you've shared with us over the last couple of segments as well. I think that it certainly has given us a good picture of where things are going in the future. And
well, thank you very much, Derek, for having me and share what we do here at the Great American Insurance Group. Appreciate that.
Excellent. All right. Well, to our viewers, make sure that you check out the previous two segments. It'll give you the full picture. And of course, there are many other great interviews out there as well on CDOmagazine.tech. So make sure that you stay connected with us. And thank you for joining us. And thank you, Nasser. And great talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you as well. Appreciate your time.